Lucy. Lucy stars Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman and the guy from Oldboy whose name I cannot pronounce. And pretty much what the film is about is essentially almost the same idea that Limitless had with Bradley Cooper, where what happened if you could access a large part of your brain. But in Limitless, it was essentially about what can a guy do if he was able to do that. In Lucy, it's almost like, what if you could access 100% of your brain functions? What would happen? And it goes deep into it, the thought. So pretty much it's Limitless, but in a large budget. And I was really excited for Lucy. Now, let me just say this for right now. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting the film to go more deeper into the thought of like what happens if a human accesses 100% of the brain functions. The film does that, but I wish it went into more of it, because when the film ends, you're like, oh man, I just wanted to learn more. If the movie was longer, just a little bit longer, I think it would have been perfect for this movie. But other than that, Lucy was really good. And here's the thing about Lucy. At times it's pretty silly, and at times it's just like weirded out and you're like, the hell? When the movie starts, you're like, okay, I know what I'm in for. And then towards the final act of the film, that's where the film gets outrageous. It gets crazy, weird, sci-fi and everything. Because this film is directed by the same guy who directed The Fifth Element. And I want to say this film has some of the sort of feel to The Fifth Element. One of the biggest parts why I really liked Lucy was because of Scarlett Johansson's performance. She was really good in this movie. She acted very well. She kicked ass in this movie. And what I like about the film, she doesn't access 100% of her brain immediately. She starts slowly getting into it, and it shows what can she do when she started reaching 40%, 50%, and 60%. I really like that progression throughout the film that it had. And of course, Morgan Freeman, it's Morgan Freeman, man. There's nothing else to say. Morgan Freeman, he is awesome. But one of the actors I wish had a little bit more screen time was the actor from Oldboy. I'm sorry I cannot pronounce his name. I really like him as an actor. I wish he had more screen time in the film, but I understood why. I would like to see more of him. And like how I said earlier, Lucy most of the time is pretty silly, it's pretty outrageous, and there are times where you're just like, whoa, what the heck? But that was one of the things why I really liked Lucy. It's just so different, and it's so out there when you see the film. It's just like, I haven't seen a film like this in a long time. I haven't seen a film like this at all. Did it deliver what I was hoping it for? Not necessarily. It wasn't what I was expecting, but the film is not disappointing, because for me, a disappointing film is that it wasn't what I was expecting, and it was still not a good film overall. But Lucy wasn't what I was expecting, but it was still a really good film. It's a cool sci-fi film that I highly recommend you guys watch, because I'm going to give Lucy a B+. I really enjoyed the hell out of Lucy. Now, some people will be weirded out by it. Some people will be like, the fuck? It's really cool. Once you start thinking about it, you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. But I also wish the film was a little bit longer, because I would have liked them to go more in depth with it. But overall, I really enjoyed Lucy, and I really recommend you guys watching this film. So that's my review for Lucy, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video, and have a nice day.